In this video, I will show you how to write file handling Python program. So let me tell you something about file handling before we start writing program. Generally speaking, before you do any operation on the file must be present. That means first you have to create a file. After you create a file, the file must be opened. After open only we can do a read operation or write operations or any other file related operations. After you complete all the operations, then file has to be closed. So the resources consumed by the file must be released. For that you have to close the file. This is the general concept. So now let me write the program. First we have to create a file. I said write file. One file has to be created. Before that we have to make sure that file is not present in your computer. For example, in my computer you just see I don't have any file under sample1. I am going to create one file called sample1.txt file. So in your computer, before creating, first check. In my computer there is no sample1.txt under S alphabetical order. You can see here now there is no file is created. So this you have to keep in mind. Now I am going to write the file. Write file. I am going to create the file. The name of the file is what? Sample1.txt. I am going to create this file. This file must be used for read or write. So initially I am going to write some content on this file. So before writing this content on this file, as I said, the file must be opened. So once you give this command, the Python interpreter will create this file in the current working directory. If you want to create this file in your particular directory of your interest, then you have to give the path, the :/, that means the path you must give completely. But here I am using in my current working directory, so I am giving sample1.txt must be created. After that I am going to write some line. Write file dot write something. Suppose I am writing only one line. First line, some text I am going to print into this file. As I said, after writing something onto this file, the file must be closed. So write file dot close. This is the write file dot write close. These all are functions of file handling. Okay, so now let me execute and see whether the file is created and this line is written into that file or not. So I will run this program. So it is executed. Now I am going to see in my current working directory the file is created and the line is written or not. So go down and go to your alphabetical order, that is sample1.txt. Sample1.txt is not created yet. It's not created. So again you have to see that write file dot close, write file dot write first line. Okay, before that now let us read this file and we will see after some time whether the file is there or not. So I am going to write read file. Read file equal to open that file. Name of the file is what? Sample1.txt comma read mode. Read that file. That file must be read. So I am writing read file dot read. That file must be read. So I can give print also here. Print read file dot read. Then I have to close this file. Now my file is read file dot close. Okay. Let us run the program and see. So it is not reading the file. So that means the file is not created. So let me give single quote instead of double quote. I will write single quote and I will write sample2 in this. Now in this case I am going to create sample2.txt and colon, then write mode, write file dot write first line, file dot close, then read file, open that same file you have to give sample.txt single quote instead of double quote. Let us try the single quote and it is in read mode. Print read file dot read and print that after that close. Okay, so still the file is not created. So what is the problem? Let us see. It is something wrong with the Python interpreter. It has to restart. Maybe some issues are there. So here the problem is here. You see, this is not considered to be a program. So you have to convert. This is not a raw NB convert. You have to make sure that before writing a program, you have to make sure that should be in the code. Okay, code. So now the same thing you can also now give like previous time sample1 dot text. So it has happened by mistake. So this type of things you have to find out what mistake we are doing, like debugging. So for multi-line commands, I am going to give 3 apostrophe, double apostrophe 3 times. That means this is multi-line command in Python. So now I am going to write only this. I am going to run this file. Okay, there is a unexpected indent. So this must be comes under this. Okay, this is not separate, so it should come under this. So now let me run the program. Write file dot write first line. All are, this is not like a block of statement, should be everything should be in the same line. So read file equal to open. So it is just now let us go and see the file is created or not first. What is the file which you have seen? The file name is sample1.txt. Sample, see here, sample1.txt is created. Now you can double click and see that file, what content is there inside the file. See here, first line. Just we write this line into this file. So the file is created and written. Now I am going to read into our console output. That is our display output, interactive output. Now here also you have to make sure you are intents. So now this output you leave it. Now we will see the output. That line, first line must be displayed here. Okay. So the previous time I told you double quote, single quote. This is not a problem. The problem in previous time it is the problem of this markdown. Okay, you can give sometimes double quote or sometimes you can give single quote. Doesn't matter. So you can make it single quote for all. So now run the program. So in this now is saying what is the error? No first file dot sample. See here sample one and we are giving sample. So you must give the same file name here. So now you see after run the program, now you got whatever you wrote in this file, it is now read by this program. That is, this is the writing and this will be the reading. That is read file. Read file equal to this and read file close. So this is the one. Now one thing you have to keep in mind now, if you are writing only one time right, now I am writing another line, that is second line. Some text you are writing, second line. Okay, now I am making this comment. 3 double quotation you have to give, that means this line will be commented. See what will happen to this. In this case, you don't think second line will be written after first line. No, because when you are giving only one write command and you are giving another text, it will overwrite onto the first line. So this is one thing you are writing when you are using only one write. But if you are using multiple writes, then there is no problem. So in this case, now you see what will happen to our file. It is executed. Now let us go to our file sample1.txt. Sample1.txt. What line it contain now? Sample1.txt is here. See now here, first line is not there, second line has come. So now we can ask, where is the first line which we have given the previous time? That is overwritten by this line. This line. So that is the one you have to keep in mind. So if you want whatever you are giving in the right next time, then you have to give here. There is another mode. That mode is called append mode. Append mode means whatever previous data in the file will be kept as it is and it will be added the another right data. So now in this case you see I am writing third line. Now it is going to append previously second line, now this third line. So third line. Now you can go again see your file, that sample one dot text. Now you see. So second line, third line. So second line, third line is now appended. Second line is also there, third line is also there. Why it is coming the same line? That is another concept. We will see soon. So now we can read this second line, third line from this statement, this reading mode, and then we will display here. Okay, that is read mode, and we will display here. Now see what is output. See here, second line, third line, third line. One time again, once again we wrote into that file, that is third line. Again it is reading and display. Now if you want to put it in the next line, first I am removing all the line. That means the file is now empty. And then you save it. File is now empty. Okay. Now let us go to our program. Now let us go to our let's close all these files. Let's close all these existing file tab. Now let us go to our program and we'll write. So I am going to use one for loop for I some 10 lines range 1 up to 10. So I want to write 10 lines, line 1 like that up to 10 lines. So for loop we have to give proper tab indent. After you complete all the works, the file has to be closed. So that is that file right there will close. So you can write line how many times you want. See here I am writing line 10 times. 1, 2, 3 up to start from 1 up to 9, not included 9, 10. So let us see now what is out or this. Then you have to make it command. This should be now command line. Okay, now let us see what is the output in that file. Then run the program. Now we will see the file. What is there in that file? Sample1.txt. So now let me show you how to read that data from the file and display onto screen. For that I am just taking the data sample1.txt in read mode, and I am using one for loop for line in read file, the file object, and print. You see what is happening without giving strip. What will happen? Just print the line from the file. So what is there in the file? Let us see that file contents are what. So in that sample1.txt, which contain 4 lines of text, like line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4. So 4 lines are there. So now I want to display this 4 line in my program. So this is a program, print for line in read file, where line of text is there in the read file. Till that time you print the loop. After printing you have to close that file, read file dot close. So let me execute the program and see the output. So can you notice here what is the difference between the file contents line and here display line contents? Here after every line there is a blank line is displayed. So if you want to remove this blank line, for that we have to use one command that is called line1.strip. This function you have to use. So now I am running the program and see that new line is stripped off. That means it is removed. Line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, there is no in between new line. For that you have to use strip function.